I mean, hell, I could probably listen to all of my stoner rock and be just fine because none of those record labels give a shit. So we are working on a catapult platform is what we were working on. In HOTS, people still play HOTS? That's wild. Okay, well, a masterwork has been lost, apparently. And a mason's workshop and a mechanic's workshop has been toppled by a doctor. What a way to start the fort. Disorderly conduct, disorderly conduct, disorderly conduct. Bunch of sentences are going to be pending. Seeing dwarves report crimes. But, on the bright side, we're loading catapults. We're not under siege right now, but I am training my catapulters, my siege operators, if you will, in the skill of catapult. You got the huge bundle from Mitch because last night, yeah, as did I, but not last night. Because everybody, literally, if you have any interest in indie games whatsoever, you should buy that bundle. Also, I'm a little dizzy, not because my blood sugar is low, but because my blood sugar is actually a little bit on the high side today, which kind of sucks. I woke up a little bit high. I'm not entirely sure why. I must have miscounted something when I went to bed. Kind of wish that there was a specific spot I could tell them to load from. There doesn't seem to be. So you might notice there's a couple dead goblins outside. There's also apparently a live goblin poet that would like inside, but we're holding off for a little bit because I got plenty of upset dwarves. Maybe even too many upset dwarves. I mean, technically, if you want to talk to purists, Dwarf Fortress isn't a game. It's a world simulation that is interactable. Technically. Depends on how you're playing Dwarf Fortress, though. Are we talking Fortress mode? Are we talking... Because in Fortress mode, it's like a base building Fortress simulator. In Legends, it's a history generator. In Adventure mode, it's an open world RPG. Like, there's a reason why Dwarf Fortress has, like, 50 genres associated with it. According to Twitch, it's a strategy, RPG, simulation, stealth, open world, roguelike indie game. What genre is Dwarf Fortress? Yes. I hope so, too. I mean, like, my cousin had never heard of Itch, and I was pointing him towards it the other day. I was like, yo, dude, like, you should buy this bundle because there's so many games in it. And he's just like, oh, my God, there's a lot of games in that. Never heard of that before, but there's a lot of games in that. I mean, Itch doesn't necessarily need to get attention because Itch isn't trying to get attention, you know? Yeah, Dwarf Fortress is just Dwarf Fortress. It's like Pokemon? What do you mean? Pokemon's just a party-building JRPG. What do you mean it's like Pokemon? Like where it's its own genre? Pokemon isn't its own genre. Other JRPGs make party-building games. Sorry, Pokemon fans. Pokemon's not that unique. On there, but not a ton of people know it. Yeah, but a lot of the games on there aren't trying to be commercial success. works, you know? Miners died of thirst. That's fine. I am actively like sentencing dwarves to death right now via just locking them in the prison and not giving them water. It's dark, it's evil, it's mean, but I'm doing it because this is an evil fort. Yep, we got another dwarf dead. And then we dumped their corpse in the magma. Then vandalism and another vandalism charge. It's Dwarf Fortress. I'm not usually an evil fort owner. I will usually like expel dwarves that cause problems, but this fortress, we're being kind of evil. Because, you know, we've got necromancers in the fort, a lot of them. We're basically building a necromancer fort. Magna Draconum. How is it going? It's been an interesting 72 hours. I think it's been kind of stressful for a lot of people on Twitch, but for me specifically, it's been exciting. I don't know. It's been exciting. And a good deal of fun. You suspended it again. Well, unsuspended and unsuspended. Try that again. I guess they've got a lot of stuff to move, but... Also, we've got Moldath, the boyer up here, running around and tantruming. Speaking of Moldath, I don't know you, dwarf. You can go up to axe machines, because that seems like a good place to send a woodworking dwarf. Although now I need to open the front door and actually let you out of the fort. Although, are you going to leave through the caverns? Because that would actually be legit kind of cool. I think he's going to leave through the caverns. Bye, Moldath. $1,400 titles. Butcher shop toppled. God damn it. God dang it. Which butcher shop? I actually don't know which butcher shop he toppled. I just checked both my butcher shops. What did you do? Tantrumed and broke a bunch of stuff and toppled a bunch of shops. Is what you did. We're losing Masterworks because we're melting a bunch of stuff down. I'm not quite at the point where I'm going to sentence your dwarf to death, but I might have to sentence your dwarf to death. Mm-hmm. But hello, Vin. I hope that you're doing well. We'll check in with your dwarf briefly. I know that you're a necromancer, Vin. Which means you're probably just going the way of the necromancer and slowly losing it, because that's what they do. If I can find you. There's Spitalier. Why can't I find you? Maybe it's because you're currently in prison. Nope. I mean, okay, so the Dr. Necromancer, then. So that would mean you're purple. Why can't I find you? Timbot, Axon. Where did you go? Oh, there you are. You're currently in hospital. Gotcha. But yeah, you are utterly harrowed by the nightmare that is your tragic life. You're restless after being unable to practice a craft, which I guess is my bad. You're worried after being unable to acquire something. You know what? Let's try this. Let's give you weaving. I always have work in weaving right now. I'm not going to be able to recover you, but maybe we can make your death less painful. Hey, Disco Waffles. Got any luck bringing doors back as intelligent undead? Nope, but I haven't tried all that much. Like, I kind of attempted it a little bit, but generally, yeah, it's just normal zombies, and then the dwarves killed the normal zombies. But how's things, Disco? Going through itch.io again because there's so much more in there now. Yeah, I did that last night. It took me like 40 minutes. Like, there's a... Also, I don't know if anybody's tried recently. On my current installation of Windows, my most recent installation of Windows, which is a pretty recent, like, setup. Because I only built this computer like a little over a month ago now. I don't have the itch.io launcher installed. You can't actually install it right now. It errors out. It tries to ping the server to download the, like... The only way to get the installer right now for itch.io, if you want to use, like, their installer and browser, is to download and compile it yourself from the source code. Because they try to ping the server, and it just gets an error. And there's dozens of people trying to ping the server right now and getting the same error and constantly reporting it to GitHub, so... in your fort? Or are you telling me about something that I've missed in my fort? I'm assuming you mean in your fort. I'm looking for more ore down here. This is kind of our mine. Kind of like this area. We're almost like digging our own caverns out. In fact, I am going to start digging my own caverns out. Maybe we could, like, spill some water down here later and use it as a farming area. Make a nice little natural-looking area down here. Knife-wise, gotcha. Okay, so copper. You know what? Let's make silver warhammer 50. Silver statue 10. Copper statue 150. Well, actually, let's do copper spiked ball. Spiked copper ball. Let's make not 1,000. Let's make 500 spiked copper balls. Because that will be enough for 50 traps if I decide I want to set up some sort of weapon traps. I could also use glass discs, mind you, but I'm going to use spiked copper balls because I got a lot of copper, and I want to keep my metalsmiths busy. We are a very baller fort, let me tell you. So to those of you who don't know, this fortress is a warmonger fortress. We are going to war, and we are trying to wipe out our enemies in the world, which are goblins currently. We have been slowly working our way through killing off goblins, even though we're at peace with a lot of them and allied with some of them even. We're doing our best, and it's going to take a while to remove much of the evil from the world that we, or at least enemies that we don't like. I might be interested in doing different forts in this world in the future too. Yeah, we're allied to goblins. My dwarven civ seems to be pretty evil. This world is pretty evil in general. Like, there is not nearly as weird as the charity fort that we did that one time. which I might need to do a second round of at some point. I don't know. But that one had like a necromancer experiment as the trader. Like the outpost liaison was a necromancer experiment. Weird shit like that. That shit was pretty cool. But this world seems pretty evil. You love that fort? Yeah, remind me after I'm done, when I'm not streaming at some point, or just send me a DM at some point when I'm not streaming on Discord, and I'll upload it for you. Someone on Discord is saying that they're a new player and they need help, apparently. Also, apparently we immediately dug into opals. The most interesting one you've ever had? Really? I don't know if I agree with that necessarily, but... I've struck Galena! Yee! More silver! Well, let's... get that stuff mined. We'll just see what that turns into. Like I said, I'm kind of digging out my own cavern layer up here. We'll have to plant trees in here. Fob is throwing a tantrum. Oh, also, I have an idea for a fun little... not trap necessarily, but thing for this fortress. Because, you know, we have this little creek over here, right? What's stopping me from making a tunnel? It goes down to about here and goes over there, pops up here, and building some sort of drowning room alongside of these. Are you the person from Discord? Or sure, are you just popping in? Regardless, hello, hi. 'Cause I never know. Good cause and opportunity. Oh, hello. Thank you very much for the raid. Welcome, raiders. So it's a dumb TV. User room, is what you're saying. The smart part is a lie. What were you playing today, friend? Thank you very much for the raid, and welcome, raiders. My name is Greg. I don't see very well, and I play a lot of Dwarf Fortress. That's the short version of what me is. Oh, shit. Do I suddenly have the new offline channels now? Oh, my God. I finally got the new Twitch layout. Huh. Interesting. I'm a man-bat? We've been over this. I'm not the Batman. Sorry, like, suddenly I just realized that all of this shit is new to me. Huh. You've heard about it? Is it fun? Yes. Otherwise, I wouldn't be playing. Okay. Now imagine you go into... How do I word this? You go into a channel, and you ask them if the game that they're playing, that they primarily play, is fun. Well, to me, yes. Of course it's fun. Otherwise, I wouldn't play it. So ask a stupid question, get a stupid answer, I guess. Yes, it's very fun. It's a world simulation, you know? It's a incredibly in-depth, but also approachable, weirdly so, if you are a computer-savvy person. It is one of the most important games ever made, And out of curiosity, how did you find my channel? Did you just pick a random Dwarf Fortress channel, or? Because I don't believe I've seen your name before. It's intriguing, but thank you very much for the raid once again. Yeah, no, you're not wrong. Although I played League of Legends for years because of Stockholm Syndrome, not because I actually enjoyed it. I played League of Legends because my friends played it, and I believed that in order to have friends, I needed to play the games that they played. And then I realized that my friends played bad games, and I shouldn't play games with my friends anymore, so I stopped. Oh, interesting. Beardless Dane. Well, tell Beardless I said hi. Beardless is fantastic. Beardless has been around this channel for eons. Like 55 bajillion years, really. You were playing Minecraft? Well, how was Minecraft? Well, here's an interesting thing, right? So if you were playing Minecraft, this is Dwarf Fortress. Let's pop up to the surface for a second. This is the outside of my fortress, right? Now, this is the map, right? The map might seem kind of small, but it's actually fully 3D. Now, what you're looking at is, imagine this is one layer of Minecraft blocks, right? I can move the map up a layer. This is another layer of Minecraft blocks. I can move up another layer. This is another layer of Minecraft blocks. Those green things that you see over there are cactuses, in fact. And as I move up, you can slowly see my walls fade off into the distance as I move up through the layers. I can move back down through the layers as well, and we can go underground. And the black starry night sky thingy that you're seeing is undug out layers of blocks. It's a fully 3D representation of a world in a 2D space. Is kind of the basics of what you're looking at. Wanted friends to play games. See, I used to think that I needed friends to play games because I only enjoyed playing multiplayer games at the time. Then I realized that I liked playing games that are... I need to read this email because I'm beyond perplexed. So I just got this email saying, Outlast coming to Steam June 17th. And I'm sitting here thinking, isn't Outlast already on Steam? And then this is the body of the email. Hello, bracket, first name, close bracket. Outlast, the multiplayer gladiator-themed turn-based role-playing game, is coming to Steam June 17th for $3.99. The game is currently available on iOS and Android for free. What? I'm pretty sure Outlast is a first-person horror game. But okay. Someone should, like, use the Google before they name their video game. Hello, first name. Well, actually, it's... This might be the best PR email I've ever had, actually. Oh, no, it's just, it's a legit PR company that sometimes actually emails me. So right now what we're doing is we're digging underground. These little ends that you see walk around are probably my dwarves because they're necromancers. They've learned the secrets of life and death. They're immortal and kind of undead. Every single individual dwarf has this page, which looks very scary when you first look at it, but it's really not that bad. Everything's color coded to different stats, essentially. This is your character sheet. So the initial block of text that you see is their recent thoughts and their mental status. Red text is bad. Or good, depending on whether or not you're trying to scar them for life and give them PTSD. Yellow text is their age. The light blue text is kind of their life story, like their family tree kind of thing. Apparently this dwarf is a casual worshiper and dubious worshiper of multiple different gods. They worship kind of a pantheon. The light white text is what they look like. The yellow text is their age. The green text that is like stuff that they like in the middle there. The red and darker green text is like like some skills that they have. Then the dark gray text is their species. The blue text is what their goals are in life, along with the yellow text. This is their current status down at the bottom. He's badly distracted after being unable to practice the craft. Dwarf needs to practice the craft. And then the way they're going to act, their personality. And they're all different. Every single one of these little dwarves is different. So if I click on this button, it shows that we have 135 dwarves in the fortress currently. 6 miners, 2 woodcutters, 19 stonecutters. Their color that they are running around in the world is their job, but that color can change, or is their best skill, but that color can change if they gain a better skill or a promotion or something. But if you have any questions about DF, I can do my best to help. And now we're getting attacked by an undead female giant, I think. Nope, not an undead female giant, just a giant. Who's ready to splatter a giant up against the wall, chat? The giantess Talua Inthanesite Ferme has come. A gigantic creature resembling a human, almost unparalleled in size. All right, so we're going to lock the dwarves inside. Jump down to an even further down layer. Open the front gate. Jump to our giantess uninvited friend, who is the G over there. Are you wielding anything? Ooh. The Fires of Tightness worth $28,000. This is a copper mace. All craftsmanship is of the highest quality. It is decorated with cat bone and encircled with bands of brilliant cut red tourmalines and anaconda bone. On the item is an image of a marquee cut gem in llama bone. Has 19 kills. All right, what else do we have? Fire Tempted, an iron crossbow. This is an iron crossbow. All craftsmanship is of the highest quality. It is decorated with lime wood and cow horn and encircled with bands of pomegranate wood. Then we have Crimson Smash, the Insightful Days, a bronze spear with 23 kills. This is a bronze spear. All craftsmanship is again of the highest quality. It is decorated with coffee wood, and on the item is an image of ash and cow horn, wielded by the giantess. And then whipped boat, the Breach of Flickers, a granite bracelet, or a garnerite bracelet. This is a garnerite bracelet. It menaces with spikes of fire opal. Not very valuable. Well, you're fighting with what? A dwarf dancer, rotten stalker. Oh no. Who will win? The rotten stalker, dwarf dancer, that is undead, or the giant? Well, the giant seems to have it on the ground. Bits and pieces are flying everywhere. It seems to be exhausted. It got flung up into the air at one point. Yeah, it appears like the dwarf dancer, rotten stalker is getting some hits in. Although, granted, a giant is probably a pretty big target, in fact. And the giantess looks sick. Got punched pretty hard at least once. Oh my god. Is the rotten stalker dancer gonna kill it? Holy shit. I think the rotten stalker dancer is gonna kill it. Yeah. The dwarf dancer rotten stalker scratches the giantess in the left foot, tearing the fat and bruising the muscle, and punches the giantess in the throat. The giantess looks sick. The undead dwarf is doing goddamn work. All right, well, I should be able to send in the Hell March to finish the job. Yeah, it must be just really good at dodging and is just... Because it's also undead, right? So they don't get tired? So even though it's like... It's lying down on the ground. Yeah, its legs are basically mangled beyond recognition and its teeth are gone. But it doesn't really care. A giant is an actual giant. Yeah, this thing is like taller than my walls. Someone get the average dimensions of a giant from the wiki, please. Also, investments are open. That's quite the reach. Well, you have to knock it down first. Yeah, the giant has some artifact spears on him. The points of clenching. The paints of clenching. There we go. No, I don't need a performance troop here. Also, my Baron is a mandate. Make maces. Silver mace. 5. Giant's still there. Utterly freaking exhausted. Utterly goddamn exhausted. We just saw an undead dwarf rotten stalker B-Lug kill a giant. Mezbuth. Licotron. Licotron? Licotron. Lakitu. Licotron. This is what they looked like at the end of it. I'm going to screenshot this. Wonder if I could today in DF that. Because that wouldn't be a lot of footage I need. Maybe? Also, be like bunch of stuff on Discord that you gotta have a peek at. To digest all the info. Just remember this. Gosh, number 1, thank you very much for the raid. Number 2, this game's free. Remember that. Dwarf Mason is having a tantrum. You see notifications? Cool. I just want you to see the stuff that Fog posted. Oh. Zokem coal is missing from its proper place. That's pity. I don't think anybody saw that either. There was no witnesses. I still haven't figured out, like, how to find this stuff. Interrogation may reveal the plot. Well, like, I can't just go interrogating every dwarf around here. I mean, I guess I can. You know what? Let's just deal with the rest of these goblins, because we're going to need to. Do you want to throw away all of those arrows, though? Because I've got no use for the arrows. Actually, those can get melted. But those almond wood arrows and the black cap arrows can just get dumped. We don't need those. Also, those can get melted, too. And corpses is what we need. While Mezbeth income then killed a giantess, distracting us. Some nasty thief stole something? Yeah. Something like that. That definitely seems to be what happened. Although... Dwarf is punching a goblin somewhere. I'm not entirely certain where that happened, but... Someone was punching a goblin just now. Here comes that dancer. I wonder how well this rotten stalker is going to be able to dance with, like, no legs. Because that dancer basically has no legs. Not even an unfortunate reality. It's just kind of a reality. Mizbeth is indeed a hero. Yeah, we should honor them. It's a pity. I've never actually had a rotten stalker ask to join the fort before, but if I do get one asking to join the fort, we should say yes. Okay, we should let the military assist with the corpse removal. Because we've got a lot of corpses that all need to be removed and dealt with. So here they all come. They're all going to immediately drop the military stuff and... Oh, wow. My goblin has become a hammer lord. I have a little goblin that joined my fort. Most of the dwarves? No. There's about a dozen necromancers in the fort. Most of them are still dwarves. Vast majority of them are still dwarves. I've forbidden all the Necronomicons currently. Yeah, no, currently I've forbidden all of the Necronomicons, and vast majority of the dwarves in the fort are dwarves. And not weird, glowy, undead strangies. But yeah, no, chat, I think the plan kind of going forward is we're going to keep this particular world alive for a while. I'm really enjoying this world. And hopefully whatever we do next in this world... I don't know how long I'm going to play in Fangshimmers for. We'll probably be here for quite a bit longer. There's some things I'd like to do in this fort, definitely, and I have some ideas. But I think that this is a world that we're going to keep alive for a while, because I do like this world a whole lot. The best part about having a bunch of necromancers is they don't eat food or drink, so you don't need to worry about feeding them. I also don't think they sleep. Do necromancers sleep, chat? I don't think they do. But yeah, we're trying to get rid of all these corpses because there's a lot of them. Especially down on the lower levels. Man, this dwarf is kind of uneasy due to seeing a dead body, I think. But at the very least, like, they're not just, like... This is what you actually want to see in your dwarves. Doesn't feel anything after seeing a goblin's dead body. They're just so screwed up. Like, this is one of my military dwarves. They're just so screwed up, they just don't even notice anymore. Oh, death, violence, corpses everywhere? Pfft, just a Tuesday. That's unironically what you want to see in your military dwarves. Hello, Beardless. I hear you sent a raid my way. Thank you. Yay for PTSD! Speaking of PTSD, do more people need to go to prison? Sorry, Vin. You're going back to prison again. Yeah, it was okay. All fine. I hope that they didn't mind being sent to a weird game without graphics, but I hope that you're doing well, Beardless. Tomorrow's actually a really big day for me. Because tomorrow I have Tarn Adams on the stream. Bob is throwing a tantrum. God dang it. Dag nabbit. Basically, Vin, that's like your life right now. Interrupted by combat. Oh. Vin, you're getting the shit kicked out of you by the captain of the guard right now. Just have you know. Also, look at all of this ore that we found. We found so much ore. I'm basically digging my own cavern layer right now. The goal actually is just to make a really interesting looking mining area where I'm finding all sorts of different types of ore and gems. But I'm trying to make it look like a cavern layer is kind of the goal. Like, look at this. This looks kind of cool, eh? We could put a couple of these. Down here. Maybe move my other mason shops out of here. Put a stone pile up here. And then later on we can... Just get rid of metal ores. And later on we can put some water down here and get mushrooms growing. Because getting some water into this layer shouldn't be too much of a hassle, I don't think. Yeah, there we go. Here's a AFK, that's fine. Yeah, there's tons of Galena ore down here. Look at all this stuff. Silver. You have struck Galena, more Galena, more Galena. I've also found some gems up top. And now the game's saving, so it's doing what it's doing. But yeah, who's excited for tomorrow? Because I certainly am. I'm kind of nervous, actually. I'm worried about technical difficulties. Like, I'm sure chatting with Tarn Adams will go just fine, but I am unironically worried about technical difficulties. Are we under attack? We're under attack, and a lot of my dwarves are not in the fort. Uh-oh. We are being ambushed. Yes. Curse all friends of nature. And, we're all outside. So, there's only one thing I can do. And that's turn all the squads on. How much do you want to bet that some spy recently stole that artifact? I immediately just saw a dwarf jump off the edge down there. There you are. You right there. But you landed on the ground, so that's good. I see one of my spear dwarves getting stuck up there. That's a bad place for that to spawn up at the top there. This is going to be a mess. Let's just unpause the game, see what happens. My dwarves run in. Immediately start slaughtering stuff. What are you fighting with? Oh, they brought camels. Also, did they leave? I think they're leaving. Pretty damn quick. Wonder if I even lost anybody. Oh, and the bug bat returned to a wild state. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I think they're leaving. Also, somebody is rezzing goblin recruit right hand. I think that they just like walked in and immediately got face checked by my military and are now like running away in cowering fear, as they bloody well should. Yeah, they're all gone. Well, that was fast. Everybody get back to work. They did indeed set camels on us. This is indeed a declaration of war. The question is, who was it? Because we're going to chase those pointy-eared bastards back to their homeland and slit their fucking throats. Who was it, though? Currently, we don't know, actually. Well, we're allied and at peace with these elves. Let's see. I mean, there's some new stuff on the ground that needs to be claimed, but like, I don't know. All right, there we go. There's a goblin right there. Copper low boot. I need... What I need is I need a breastplate from one of the ones that just showed up. I'm not seeing one. They do indeed have some nerve attacking us. Throw tables at them, it'll slow them down. Man, I wish I could just, like, load furniture into catapults. Morden, I genuinely wish I could just be like, load the bad furniture! Because that would be amazing. Also, there's a vomiting, thirsty child heading home. So it's Dwarf Fortress. Vomiting, thirsty children. No, you use boulders as ammunition. Like this guy right here is about to do. It's currently loading the catapult. It's tough working in this fort. There we go. Now all of my military is helping again. Perfect. They actually just need help hauling all of this shit because there's so much of it. There is so much of it, it is ridiculous. You demand catapults? I mean, demand away. Tell Toady that tomorrow. Like, I like how you say that, Animal, like I have any control over what I can do in this game. Like, I don't have any say or control over cowpults. I don't know, you can demand all you want, but I can change anything. Exactly, cat-ya-pults. I mean, catapults are a very different thing. It's where it's a lovely brand of cat pelts. You know, they sell only the highest quality cat pelt. Are hats? What? I'm confused. What do you mean they're hats? I require a proper explanation. Genuinely, I have no idea what you're on about. Kind of like raccoon hats? Oh, really? Made out of cat, I'm assuming? I used to own a legit raccoon hat. We need steel catapults to launch magma? You can apparently make adamantine catapults. I don't know the point, though. It's like the options are wooden catapult parts or adamantine catapult parts. It's like, why do I want to make adamantine catapult parts? Like, I don't get it, but okay. Oh, that's not at all what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do. Alcohol plus cats plus catapults equals vomit bombs. You know what I actually wish you could do in Dwarf Fortress? I wish you could load your enemies' heads. Because that's like that's a thing that they used to actually do in ancient history, is you load the heads of the tortured corpses that you'd captured. It's fear tactics. Rout the enemy using fear. You didn't know that? It's like common knowledge, dude. Yeah, totally. Like, as part of sieges, you know, you'd capture all the enemies and a bunch of people from the enemy, and then you'd chop their heads off and fire them back into the castle to scare them off. I'm making glass jugs, but I'm still making food faster than I can make the jugs. Best way to scare the enemy away, though, is to fire the enemy back at the enemy. Also, chat room, I've got some great news. Bloody Drongo is now a Twitch partner. So congrats to Bloody Drongo. I don't know if anybody here knows Bloody Drongo, but he's part of the Hot Potato. He's a Rimworld person. He's good people. Also, we need sand. That's why I'm not able to make the jugs fast enough, is because I'm out of sand. Still working on that giant. Goodbye. That is a lot of blood in the cave. Whee! Splat. Okay. So I'm just going to put my foot down right now. Dear Userun, please stop. I understand your opinions. There is no Exodus. You're literally spreading shitty information. If you want to be helpful and have intelligent discussions about this topic, we can do that. But if you're just going to meme it, just don't say it. All right? There's no fucking Exodus. Gotta resurrect him as a lieutenant? Nah. You're literally the only person I've seen on Twitch with that opinion. So. Are dwarves stuck? No, they're headed back up. Cool. Not that I've seen on Twitter. Not that I've seen from people that I talk to on a regular basis. I mean, if people are actually doing what Userun's suggesting, which is leaving for other platforms to continue doing song requests and stuff, they'll run into the same problems there. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was gonna happen at some point. Regardless, I'm fucking tired of talking about this. That's kind of the long short of it. I'm tired of fucking seeing memes about it. Fucking tired of talking about this. Can we just get better jokes already? You know? There is no fucking Exodus. And if you want to leave for a different platform so that you can go do song requests elsewhere, that's fine. I don't fucking care. Stop talking about it. Stop joking about it. It's not funny. Not feels bad, man. It's, well, it's gonna happen eventually. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do right now. I know exactly what the fuck you're on about. How about we just do this? Okay? I want to fucking change the subject. Is it so goddamn difficult? Okay? Like, I'm trying to just... I don't want this in my chat. I get it. I've talked about nothing but this for the last 72 hours. Can we stop? I'm done. Yes, that's what we've been doing all day, Salat. And that's what I want to continue doing. Let's talk about the new projects that I'm starting. Let's talk about things that we're interested in. Let's talk about things that are fun to talk about. And let's stop fucking talking about the same goddamn DMCA shit that has been stressing the ever-living fuck out of me for the last 48 hours. I get it. It's shitty. Yes, I'm pissed. So you know all of you who like to joke about how I get mad on stream all the time? That's me actually mad. Anyway, I want to build this into a mushroom farm. Like tower caps. This might cave in. Hope not. Have more crimes that need to be... Nope, we're good. Of course I'm excited about the interview. My world is an undead single-handedly killed 200 warriors. I find that... Okay, how the heck would you make armor for an Etten? Like, is that even possible? If you had an Etten in your fort? Like an undead Etten? Would they want armor? Would they want clothing? Also, did you see that in Legends? Or... That's interesting. How about drugs? There really isn't any drugs, just alcohol. I know you can make small and large animals or ammo for but goblins can just wear dwarf-sized stuff. But that's why I'm saying, because like, wouldn't a giant want? Well, I guess a giant is usually naked, but I don't know. It's just a weird thought. Hearing a weird sound coming from outside. I was wondering what it was. Was in Legends, you can't wait to piss off the tower that commands that thing. I've had raids come from enemies that have had giants as part of them. Like armed giants and stuff. That's always been exciting. But anyway, sorry for kind of snapping there, chat, but I really need you guys to work with me on this, that, like, yes, I realize that this shit's bad. I realize this sucks. But this is my livelihood at the end of the day. And I don't particularly want it to change too much. And I'm trying my best to work with what's going on. And just seeing people meme it constantly is physically and mentally exhausting for me. So, it was funny 2 days ago, but it's not funny anymore. Okay? So it's just... I apologize, I shouldn't snap like that, but at the same goddamn time, let's just... This is literally all I've been thinking about for the last 2 days. So just... If I need to bop shit out of my channel, I will. And I'm going to start doing that when it comes to especially memeing towards stuff like that, because as much as it sucks, this is something that kind of needs to happen. And I've been kind of expecting it to happen for a long time. I'm surprised it hasn't happened sooner. So it sucks. But at the end of the day, I don't listen to any music that's on any of the record labels that are actually causing problems for people. So. Unless you have something actually new and or helpful to say, let's just ignore that subject entirely. I don't see 2021 being any better, I'm not going to lie. Trust me, 2021, we're still going to have COVID. We're still going to probably have lockdown measures. We're going to have... We probably won't even have a proper vaccine for COVID by then. We're still gonna all be wearing masks. Trust me. Oopsies. Oh, dismiss. I don't see 2021 being any better. People who are just like, man, 2021 can't come fast enough. I'm like, trust me. The only thing that's gonna be different about 2020 and 2021 is 2021 will be slightly warmer because of climate change. Also, I am a little fuzzy in the head today because my blood sugar's high. And that ain't helping. I'm looking forward to lunch so I can put some insulin in me and... Ooh, Hoogaroo withdrew from society. I can put some insulin in me and bring my blood sugar down because it's certainly affecting my patience. Are you, oh, you're going for a masonry shop, I think. Interesting. Okay. Hoogaroo's gone for a mason shop. Grabbing boulders. Which means Hoogaroo's about to become a legendary mason. I always forget that you can't adjust labors when they're in a strange mood. Also, the reason Masterworks keep getting lost is because I'm melting down a shit ton of armor right now. Throne? I've seen stone beds, though. I guess those would be made at a craft store shop, though. Right? I've certainly seen stone beds. Right, you guys keep an eye on this dwarf. I'll be right back. Like your friend can finally work at a museum? Your friend that couldn't work because of COVID, I'm assuming? And lockdown, animal? Sorry, I had to go cool my head. Plum helmets spawn. Guess we should brew some plum helmets. I love it when it's just like, dwarf could not do X thing because chained up. It's like, can't do thing because in prison. Well, who's surprised? You're in prison. That's kind of the point. Cancels X job due to being, like, imprisoned. At least we're making all of these masterpiece spiked copper balls. Can't do job. Literally dead. Yeah, right? Like, why did you have the job in the first place? You're in prison. I guess that's like having to leave work early because you got arrested. Wait, Bastet witnessed this. Noticed that the object was missing. You know, let's interrogate Bastet. See if anything comes of it. Probably not, but maybe they'll give us a direction. I didn't notice that Bastet was the witness initially. I mean, what if prison labor was a thing in What if prison lair was a thing in Dwarf Fortress? Also, all of my military dwarves are in the tavern socializing. They do seem to be quite happy about this. He's embarrassed after watching a performance. That's funny. I saw a goblin recite theaters at the organization at the Walled Brunch. How embarrassing. Oh no, they're all upset after watching a performance, bored after watching a performance. Okay, you know what, dwarves? We're gonna put you guys back in the military. Go back to training. They much prefer that. I mean, it was a goblin performing, so I don't blame them. That or it was just a really crappy form of poetry or something. Like, if the poetry is awful and they're reciting poetry, I've seen dwarves get bad moods from the bad poetry. Which I personally think is hilarious. And almost endlessly amusing. Yeah, just like really, really, really bad poetry. Exactly. Also, shit, that's not supposed to have auras in it. Like, just exceptionally bad poetry. It's cold in here. I'm gonna go close the door. It's actually been cold the last 2 days. We had a couple really hot days there. Now it's been cold again. This is taking this dwarf a while because this dwarf is totally cave adapted. All my farmer dwarves are cave adapted. It's almost like we have like this hierarchy of dwarves. The cave adapted ones stay down at the bottom, and then the ones that aren't cave adapted come up to the surface. Interesting. Not a rhyme if it's the same word twice. I mean, the goblin was just screaming kill, death, murder, kill over and over and over again. Like Suicide Commando lyrics. I guess kinda. It's like the dialects and are writing poetry. Prepared. Or like the fucking... It would be like if the Borg wrote poetry. We are the Borg. We are the Borg. Prepare to be assimilated. 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 That, or maybe it was just doing mumble rap, you know? It's certainly possible that they... I like this frog tips, thanks. Frog tip from the frog tips Twitter. Frog may descend into the bottom of its cooling pond for an extended period of time. This is normal as frog has trouble dealing with the stress of the world. I agree, Frog. Resistance is floor tile. Wanna be simulated? I do indeed want to be simulated. Oh, hey. Interrogation. Rhinestone, the captain of the guard, met with the subject, made flattering remarks in order to intellect information. Subject naively complied. There was no permanent information was revealed. Darn! Well, no idea who stole my artifact. Dwarf is throwing a tantrum. Probably have to put him in poison. Yeah, we have no idea. Or it's like if Pikachu wrote poetry. What are you going for now? Maybe more bones? Nope. More logs? Gems? Gems. Man, my captain of the guard's got a busy job ahead of him. So I haven't gotten much of an influx of traffic from the no-clip video, but I certainly have gained a little influx on the DF News videos. Like, they all kind of went from getting around 100 views a day, like all the older ones, from getting around 100 views a day to kind of getting about 200 to 300, which is kind of a big increase, considering they've been pretty small for a while. You going for the Galena? You going for? Maybe wood? Probably wood. Why are you choosing that wood specifically? That's all the way the hell up there. Also those. No metal ores. And those. No metal ores. Because apparently I screwed up and made those all metal ores. Hey, CCX, how you doing? Well, you've begun your mysterious construction. What is it? Garrowib riblods, manatite gizzard stones, bull shark log, Sangaro rib wood logs, raw green glass, elk bird, bone, lead bars. Oh, that's why they were so heavy. And some granite. It's passable. Sounds like something a dwarf would say. It's passable. The subject is passable. Hopefully it's a throne. We already have an artifact throne in this fort, though. Not that I wouldn't mind another one, but I already have one. A table. A door would be nice. Door, I think, would be my first choice. Also, supposedly got a tantrum, but I don't actually see the dwarf that's tantruming. I'm not sure what's going on with that. My friend Kevin is texting me. What is he texting me? Oh, shit. So this was posted 17 minutes ago, chat. And any metalheads out there will probably need to perk their ears up. So, to celebrate, I'm just going to read this video's description verbatim. To celebrate what would have been one of the most highly anticipated tours of the year, showcasing 4 of the world's very best metal bands, the Metal Tour of the Year will be broadcasting a mammoth streaming event this Friday, June 12th, beginning at 2 p.m. Pacific, to 5 p.m. Eastern, and 10 p.m. BST. There's a Cyclops on the map. The stream will be hosted by SiriusXM, and it'll include full sets from Megadeth, Lamb of God, Trivium, and In Flames, along with an interview with each band before the broadcast. Where is this streaming? Because, yeah, I think it's just streaming on Megadeth.com. No, MetalTourOfTheYear.com. To catch all 4 performances and exclusive interviews. That's actually awesome. Well, I know what I'm doing tomorrow, or not tomorrow, day after tomorrow. I know what I'm doing tomorrow, day after tomorrow. Yeah. Posting this in music real quick, and then I'll get back to actually paying attention to Dwarf Fort. So we had a giant, and now a Cyclops, eh? The Cyclops Geth Bidnozith Yudish has come. A giant humanoid monster with a single eye in its forehead. And you know what? We're going to send the F squad. Not even the B squad. We're going to send the F squad. Is this thing carrying anything? Oh, it is. I can't read that. Anguish channels the intricacies of barricading. This is a red flash opal odum. All craft dwarf ship is of the highest quality. It is decorated with blue peafowl bone, and the bellows is made from eagle leather, and the bagpipes are made from 2 humped camel bone. With poor death reception? Kinda, yeah. Yeah, it's an instrument. It's a giant bard, chat. The olm is a large handheld instrument through which the constant flow of air is maintained to use the leather bag itself, supplied by leather billows. So it's bagpipes, big bagpipes. And the other one is zaksap, which is a copper whip. Oh, that's pretty badass. This is a copper whip. All craftsmanship is of the highest quality. It is decorated with ostrich bone, and this object is adorned with hanging rings of durian bone. On the item is an image of Eusteth, the dwarf, and goblins in snail bone. Eusteth Windsplatter is surrounded by the goblins. The artwork relates to the election of the dwarf Eusteth Windsplatter to the boss of the Vile Your Weeds in 78. The dwarf and goblins in graphite. Windsplatter is surrounded by the goblins. The artwork relates to the election of the dwarf Eusteth Windsplatter to the position of boss of the Vile Your Weeds in 78. A very tall, misunderstood musician with one eye, who's currently barreling towards the fort at rapid pace. Zoom in a little bit. Where's my military at? It's chasing a cat. Here comes the military. Huguru has created Nagus Koskosh, a diorite coffin, or granite coffin, and claims it as a family heirloom. I think we should give it to Huguru. It's worth 2,052,000. Oh my god. 225,200. I can't read. This is a long one. This is a granite coffin. All craft dwarfship is of the highest quality. It is decorated with elk bone and Singaro rib wood. This Singaro rib wood and bull shark leather, and encircled with bands of round granite cabochons. This object menaces with spikes of Sangro rib wood. On the item is an image of Sanaz steel round, the goblin and dwarves in granite. The dwarves are prostrating themselves before prostrating themselves before Somaz. The artwork relates to the defeat of the Pale Glove of the Tour of Barricades by the Playful Sin and the leadership of the Goblin Somaz over Salvarok in the midwinter of 163 during the conquest of Salvarok over at Salvarok in the winter of 163. Jesus. On the item is an image of Rithod, Clublaw, the human and giant chameleons, and it relates to the taming of giant chameleons in the Fedfang Dunes. I want giant chameleons by the human Rithod in the early spring of 338 during the journey of the human Rithod Clublaw. On the item is an image of the famous deterioration, the enormous adamantine corkscrew in green glass. On the item is an image of Momos, the dwarf and dwarves in magnetite. Momos is surrounded by the dwarves. The artwork relates to the ascension of the dwarf necromancer Momos to the position of queen of the Tour of Barricades in the mid-spring of 76 during the overthrow of the Tour of Barricades in Whiptrailed. Also, that's why my faction is kind of evil. It's because we've been ruled by necromancers ever since. That's a lore-heavy coffin indeed. Also, we're still under attack by a Cyclops, so we should jump back up to the Cyclops. Here comes the Mace Dwarves, which is the F squad. And Huguru is getting that lore-heavy coffin. He dropped the instrument. I need to claim that. And it's dead. Nebzuth, as in the Rotten Stalker? Dancer? Yep. Still around, listening to poetry. Still unable to walk. Erush, the Mace Lord, has bestowed the name Eidos Sazir upon an iron shield. Yes, he won't be coming to save us. Nah, I mean, we took it out just fine. Something I really like, Disco Waffles, about the current version is when, like, a Cyclops will show up carrying 2 slabs with the secrets of life and death on them. I've had that happen. That's really cool to me. Hey, Misery, what's up? Chilling? Like a villain? You're just gonna lurk? Enjoy your lurks. Lurks go a long way in the world of Twitch. Like Smog's slab? Yes. Yes. There was 2 separate guys that showed up in that fort, both with separate slabs. Also, apparently the PC gaming show is happening June 13th. Interesting. Bunch of games are getting announced in the next 2 days. Enjoy your lurks, Belug. Although you're going to need to unlurk at some point on Friday, because Metal Show of the Year live stream. That's going to be fun. Damn, I'm like excited about that now. Like, I am super excited about this. Like, I don't know what I'm more excited for. Getting to interview Toady or that freaking concert announcement. We're going to take apart these catapults down on the lower level. I mean, I think me and Hobo are already going to sit and voice chat and listen to and watch that together. Might even be able to convince my friend Kevin to come over. I will never understand friend requests on Twitch. Every now and again, I get random friend requests from people I don't know. But, like, I've never understood why Twitch even added it as a feature in the first place. Have I managed to kill anything with catapults? I haven't really had the opportunity to. Okay, let's see if we're at war with any elves yet. Because I have been ambushed by elves. Maybe there's dark elves that hate me? These ones I seem to be at peace with everybody. Or even allied. Like, we're at peace with the dark goblins. These guys, no. We're at war with those guys. Just funny. I seem to just be allied with all the elves. So who the heck ambushed me then? Because we did get ambushed by goblins. Or not goblins, elves. So who the hell did it? These guys were allied with all of them, basically. Also, I'm pretty sure that tower's new. Can allies ambush you? I mean, alliances can break down and they can betray you, yeah. So it could be them? But I don't know. I don't have proof, and I don't really want to go attacking people unless I know for fact that it was the ones who attacked me. Because they were gone so quick, and none of them had any iron armor. The ones that did die in the map didn't have any breastplates. And that's the only way to really find out who somebody is if they are wearing a breastplate. Because then it has their faction listed on the breastplate. Bizarre, man. Yeah, there's somebody out there. Yeah, someone's out there and they want me dead. Also, what? Slight government. The godforsaken steels. The tomb of Diamond Dent. It's cool sounding, but that tower we're at peace with. No civilization there. We're at peace with them. But we're at peace with most people. Any actual news? Aside from the fact that we have a big army and everybody knows it. No, there really isn't any news. No news and also no nudes. Unfortunate. Yeah, sometimes it shows and sometimes it just says, world the same as ever all the time. It's not a thing you can do in Dwarf Fortress, so yeah, it would be hard. But in real life, I don't know. People have tried. They don't seem to be too effective, though. So I'm not too sure. I will never understand why they carry the wheelbarrow. Just push the wheelbarrow, you silly necromancer. Yeet. We might need to talk to you about changing that command, Hobo. Just an FYI. Because of recent events. That being said, Little Big is on their own record label called Little Big Family. So I don't know. It might be fine, ironically. You're wondering about mechanical joints? Now, what are you talking about Dwarf Fortress or real life? Because in Dwarf Fortress, no. There is no way that I'm familiar with that you could make a wing that flaps. I know you can make a dwarven submarine. There are ways to trick the game into making things float. But as far as making a wing that flaps, not that I know of. There's a clip on Cupo's channel of him making a functional submarine. Or rather, a floating fort, if you will. It's not easy, but you can do it. A flort. That sounds like a rude, derogatory term for... What about a rope swing? Have you played Dwarf Fortress? Because that's not how... There isn't mechanics for that in Dwarf Fortress, currently. Okay, that explains a lot. Yeah, there is no mechanics to make something swing from a rope. You can make a well, and dwarves can fall down a well, but you can't, like, put a rope on a thing and dangle it down. So, and there are drawbridges which fold up, but there's no way to, like, attach drawbridge to drawbridge and make drawbridge do, like, this kind of thing. That's not a mechanic. If it was, that would be a little ridiculous. And you can't build on drawbridges either. So drawbridges just go up or retract into themselves. Like, this is a drawbridge right here. So this I can raise up and just turn it into a wall. That's simple. I have the hiccups. Help. This is not good. Got to get rid of those boulders. Move them elsewhere. Not a big fan of how this lower layer down here works, so we should cut out some of this. What about magic? That's not in the game. Well, I mean, there is magic-ish things. There is a big magic update which is announced, which won't be out for years. Like maybe 2028. Which is after Villains Part 2 and which is after the Steam version. So not for a long time. But there is magic-y things in the game right now. Like there's necromancy, which isn't magic per se. It's just necromancy. So if you consider necromancy magic, there kind of is. And there's also like the necromancer lieutenants, which can have powers. Powers include things like necromancer lieutenant grips their fist and something across the map feels pain. I've seen that happen before in other people's streams. I've also seen necromancer lieutenants that have the ability to like shoot ice crystals out of their fingers and like snap their finger and shoot flames and shit. So that's not the magic update because the game's going to eventually have or what's planned for the magic update, to my knowledge, is proc gen spells, but not direct, like, that's not in the game yet. So if you consider that magic, then yes, but the official magic update isn't in the game yet, but it is planned for the future. So yeah, it kind of just goes back to what do you consider magic, I guess. You've been routed away by one in adventure mode? Really? Like, as in all your... Like, you... Wait. So you literally went full on fucking... Like... Oh, what's... That scene in Indiana Jones where they open the Ark of the Covenant and all the Nazis just go... And fall onto the floor because their skin falls off? Like that? Like you aged super quickly and your skin rotted off? That's badass. I mean, horrible for your poor adventurer, but also fucking badass. Also, your poor adventurer, may they rest in peace. No more flesh. Here's the question. Were you still sentient and alive, or did you die? Part of me is hoping option 1, part of me is very much hoping for option 2. Did your adventurer die? I'm assuming they did, but I'm kind of hoping that they didn't. So out of curiosity, Misery, if you don't play Dwarf Fort, 2 questions, if you don't mind. Question number 1, how'd you find my stream? Question number 2, why do you watch my stream? Or why are you watching my stream, actually? Oh, really? You stayed alive because you were a vampire? Oh, that's badass. So you were a skeleton. So you were literally just like muscles, bones, tendons, teeth, and blood functioning, but no skin. Or did it rot all of that stuff off as well? Because either or, that is an amazing fucking nightmare, and I love it. That is amazing. Holy crap. Seems so. Man. You think it was everything that was rotted? Because I've seen undead creatures where their flesh is rotting before in Dwarf Fortress, and they're just like a walking cloud of miasma? Your heart rotted? Oh, that's so depressing. I hope your character didn't have a lover. Man, that's fucking rad. Dwarf Fortress is just metal as fuck sometimes, and I love it. This game's too good. Because you want to learn it, like every time you boot it up, you get super intimidated and lose focus, so you don't have a goal and you want to have a goal? Okay. Well, if you need help...
Thanks for the entertainment. Also, 12 puppies safely delivered yesterday. Dog, dog, dog.
Dog, dog, dog. Dog, dog, dog. Dog, 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 dog. I speak dog. Bork. Chat, can I get a round of Borks and beers in chat for Safe Sloth TV? And Misery, if you ever need help with Dwarf Fortress related stuff, I don't know if you're a Discordy person, but I have a Discord room on my Discord called Dwarf Fortress Talk. If you ever have questions, I'm in there basically as long as I'm awake. So if you ever have questions, just pop in there and just throw questions about DF in there. And if you have questions, ask me while I'm live too. We'll help you learn. Kubok, the engraver, was the other tantrum. Are you still throwing a tantrum, Kubok? Yep, and you're starting a fist fight. Kinda just want to expel you. Goodbye, Dwarf. Unfortunately, weak dwarves just aren't something I can really tolerate here. Why expel when I can offer them to the fire mountain? Because that would stress out other dwarves. And I don't have a fire mountain. I have magma at the center of the earth, but it's not that easy. And I would rather just send them on their way and give them a second chance at life than murder them. Now, if they commit a crime and they go to prison, I might lock the door and let them starve to death and then throw them into the fire mountain. But outside of that, I don't really see a point. It's just kind of cruel for the sake of it. We'll punish crimes, but if someone's just being a problem, I'm not gonna murder them for that. Yeah, exactly. The final resort you'll ever stay in. Which is why you should cut my life into pieces. This is my plastics fork. Suffocation. No bleeding. Don't give a fuck. Well, it depends on the severity of the crime and the repeatedness of the crime. Like, if they're murdering other dwarves, yeah, I'll frickin' lock the door. Be an unfortunate accident that someone lost the keys to the cell. Also, Oda Toda, how you doing today? Good to see you. It's good to see you. So this coming weekend, chat, Saturday is my hot potato day. And Friday's my day off. And Thursday is the exciting day, because Thursday we have one Tarn Adams on the stream for an hour. So as I've said many times over the last 2 days, if you have questions, there's a Reddit thread up as well as a YouTube video where you can go leave questions on them. So on my YouTube channel, there's a video that I put up this morning. There's a little announcement video. If you have questions, you can leave it in a comment on that video. And if you go to the Dwarf Fortress subreddit, there is a thread where you can also leave questions. I think I have 30 now through Reddit. I won't get to all of them, obviously, but I'm going to kind of take the better ones or ones that I think are actually interesting. And then run with those, because we'll also be trying to talk to chat a little bit. Yeah, there's 30 comments on there, but not all of them are questions. The mayor has ended a mandate. Good. Also, export of maces is prohibited. Good stuff. Also, we've got more ore. It should indeed, Ketsu. It should be neat. And as I do a couple times a stream, chat, if you like the stuff that I do this full time. This is my main source of income. Streaming on Twitch has been for a while. If you like what I do and want to support it, I have a Patreon. $1 a month goes a long way. If you don't, that's fine too. But I just have to remind people that that exists. Because if you don't, people forget quickly. There we go, that's a little bit better. Let's also smooth all of these so that they look a little nicer. Yeah, and also if you can't make it for the actual time where Tarn will be on my stream, I will be archiving it onto the YouTube. I could have sworn, Misery, that yesterday you said that you never spend money on Twitch. Isn't spending money on Amazon Prime technically spending money on Twitch? Those are the same. Thank you very much for the Prime. Enjoy those stupid skulls, dwarves, and lasers and shit. Guys, can I get a big old round of beers in chat? Misery. Maybe we can help Misery's misery. But thank you. Seriously, thank you. What time is Tarn on stream? 3 p.m. Pacific. It's currently 12:45 p.m. Pacific. There is a time and date link to the exact time with a countdown timer on the video on YouTube's. I'll also post on Twitter and everything else and Discord once we start. We'll be talking on Discord. Probably what I'll do for background footage is I'll literally just get a big old world generating. I don't know what size. I'm thinking maybe like straight up just generate a large world, long history, and just click go. Although that, I don't even know how long that would take on my computer. Might have to cancel it. I also don't want to crash my computer. That could be a problem. Which one? Well, I can tell you right now he doesn't. I don't actually think he plays the game very much. Like, he reads bug reports for sure, but the gist I get is he doesn't play Dwarf Fortress that much. He mostly just programs it. But someone already asked, I think on the YouTube video, do you have a favorite tile set? Like, what's your favorite tile set you've seen? Which I think could be an interesting version of that question. Basically, my goal with the interview tomorrow, and hopefully you guys can help me with this, is to... Because NoClip just released their video on DF, which has been a long time coming. They interviewed Tarn at GDC last year, because it didn't happen this year. And I want to do something that's maybe better for people who've played Dwarf Fortress for a while. Like, there's a lot of content on YouTube right now, and that's very much directed at people who don't play DF at all. Like, that's really what that video ended up being that came from NoClip, which I'm a little bit disappointed by. It's very much focused at people who don't play Dwarf Fortress. And I want to try and maybe give people who do play Dwarf Fortress something interesting to chew on. There's a lot of Galena ore out here. Yeah, this is all silver. The problem is this is the upper cavern layer. I think that there's a Forgotten Beast in this layer. I want to say there's a giant fire-breathing something in that layer. Also, Katsu, just a heads up. HS Cheers, the emote, works for beer. Just the word beer, you don't have to type an exclamation point. And also, beer in a few other languages also works. Beers in... Might be Family Prime. Yeah. Just heads up. Trust me, if I could, I would just gift everybody who watched my stream a subscription. But unfortunately, that isn't exactly financially viable. It's a pity. But If I had $10 billion. If I had Bezos bucks, I would do that. But I don't. Actually, if I had Bezos bucks, I'd probably do what Bill Gates does. Fund a lot of projects I like. Aren't war trainable? Why do you want to war train naked Molddogs? Asking for a friend. Actually, no, never mind. I retract my statement. Why? Of course you would. Why wouldn't you want to train naked Molddogs? They'd make good spies. I want carrier pigeons. Are there even pigeons in Dwarf Fortress? Like, I want to be able to send a carrier pigeon from one Dwarf Fortress. So here are my, like, 2 biggest requests for Dwarf Fortress features. And I'm curious about what your guys' are too, but my 2 biggest requests for Dwarf Fortress features are very simple. Feature request number 1. I want smoking in Dwarf Fortress. I want to be able to craft pipes for my dwarves, and I want to be able to grow tobacco. I want to be able to grow hemp, which we already can, and I want to be able to grow various other things that they can, maybe like a smokable mushroom or something, as like another mood buff. And because every dwarf is smocking in public culture, you know, Snow White and the 7 Dwarves, they're all smoking pipes. Lord of the Rings, Gimli has his pipe and gets really mad when he doesn't have his pipe. It's just very pipe. It's a very dwarfy thing. And you could also build like large hookah type things and put them up in your taverns, and you could designate that as a room and the dwarves could go smoke. The other thing that I want, there's actually mods that make it a thing, Misery. The other thing that I want desperately to be a thing is carrier pigeons. I think because right now the only way to get news and happenings in your fortress is, or even like some sort of pigeon equivalent, like Harry Potter has owls, for example. I want some way of sending messages to massages. I want my massage. Pink Panther. I want to be able to send messages to another fort and get news without actually having to wait for the caravans. Like if a caravan doesn't show up, I want to be able to send and request letters and get updates on what's going on. If you can launch your own, and does anybody here know anything about modding Dwarf Fortress? Could you mod catapults to be able to load corpses? Carrier rocks, I'm in. Dude. Carrier rocks, just carry like fucking heavy ass statues back and forth. Just carrying rock slabs, because rocks are like giant. For long distance relationships? Oh yeah, that too. Absolutely. Yeah, so dwarves could communicate with family. Like they could get like a positive letter, right? And then like that could give them positive moods, because instead of like being sad about not seeing family for too long, they could be like, I received a letter from my family. I am glad, or something. Or I am joyful, because joyful's a thing. They maybe receiving letters from family could make them joyful. I'm aware. You know, you could probably change something in the RAWs that would allow you to load cages into catapults, and I'll betcha you could load cages with things into the catapults. Also, a human diplomat has arrived. Hello. This is new. Who's our diplomat? Pobe. Her hair is extremely long and she has very high cheekbones, and her nose bridge is very convex. Hello, Pobe. You test Rarshes? I don't think I've ever seen a human named Pobe before. Can he play as different races? With mods? Yes. In vanilla, no. Is it planned? Yes. In adventure mode, you can be anything you want. You could be a mole person in adventure mode. I don't know. Can you be a mole person? You could be an elephant man in adventure mode. You could be a spider person. You could be a cat person. You could be a elf if you're boring. Mole people don't exist in vanilla? Okay, I don't know. I was just shouting out random words. Pobe is human for wheel? Okay. But in Fortress mode, you can have different races in your fort, but currently it's just dwarves that are available. Oh, Jesus, we're running out of alcohol. In Fortress mode. Long stairway. The Forgotten Beast, Galil, has come. A great three-eyed ass. It has a square shell and a gaunt appearance. Its sepia hair is long and wavy. Beware, its deadly dust. Giant three-eyed donkey, eh? Sips tea. Coffee, actually. Dad ass. Insert obligatory butt joke here. Okay, now that we're all done. Okay, so it is on the same layer as my entrance to the caverns. So I'm going to lock all my dwarves up to the upper layers. And, send the dwarves down. Turn off job cancellations. I mean, no, not really. I mean, a meme is just an overplayed internet joke. So making jokes about giant fire-breathing asses or skinless asses or a were-ass would be considered a Dwarf Fortress meme, but I don't really think that those are overplayed. Greetings, noble dwarf. There is much to discuss. Okay. I'm waiting for this discussion. I was a hamster person last time I played adventure mode. I was so tiny I couldn't carry more than 2 arrows. Like, you gotta realize, Userin, I'm not entirely against memes. In fact, I get quite a bit of pleasure sharing type 1 diabetes memes with a friend of mine. But what I will say is there are certain Twitch memes I don't like. And certain incredibly toxic memes I don't like. So memes in general are totally fine. I mean, heck, my channel logo is based off of a Roller Coaster Tycoon meme. So, like, just... I'm not 100% against memes like some people seem to think I am.
You fucking donkey!
Yes. Besides, I made the dad-ass joke. Just, all I'm saying is keep Pepe far away from my chat. We're good. Also, what the hell is this ass doing? Bold loves, eh? Bold loves are an elf poet. Yeah, no. I don't need the bold loves. Making an ass of itself, basically. I mean, not that I blame it. I would too. It's pretty asinine. Oh. There be ghosts! Okay, well, apparently I got a bunch of dwarves that need to be memorialized. Where the heck did it go? Oh, there it goes. Avengers ass symbol. I mean, I made an ass of myself earlier today when I got pissy. So, in my defense, my blood sugar's been high all day, okay? I'm sorry. Basically, this Forgotten Beast is my internal enemy coming back to haunt me. Ass memes surprise Pikachu. That's a good butt emote, Katsu. Finally, on behalf of the Merchants Guild, let me extend greetings to your people. There is much to discuss, says the broker. The world is the same as ever. What requests do you have of our merchants? More of that hot sperm whale leather. Third obligatory joke about sperm whale. Can you make a log launcher like an RPG but with big ass logs? Not really. I mean, you can minecart shotguns exist where you put something into a minecart and then roll it down a hill so it gets a lot of momentum going, or you put it on rollers so it gets a lot of momentum going and you slam it into a wall with holes carved into it so that whatever's in the minecart goes whoop and flies out. But if you were to put logs into them, they'd probably just like softly bounce off of whatever you hit, whatever they hit, because logs are really light. So what you'd actually want to do is put like steel metal balls or boulders or lava or something actually dangerous in it. Swords, spears, glass, something that actually would do damage when it hits something. I don't really mess with them, mostly because minecarts are this weird, incomprehensible fantasy to me, which at some point I need to actually put the work in and figure out how they work. But yeah. Minecart shotguns. But no, you can't really make a log launcher like an RPG. And there really isn't anything that like explodes in Dwarf Fortress with the exception of alcohol barrels, but it's really difficult to make those explode in a manner that is controllable and or effective, and they don't really launch things. Water pressure sort of does. I've managed to kill things with water pressure before, but it wasn't actually the pressure from the water that killed them. It was them slamming into the wall after the water hit them. So it was more of like impact death rather than like spraying things with a big old water gun. On behalf of the Merchants Guild, I bid your people farewell. Goodbye, Goblin Broker of the Human Merchants Guild. Okay, well, this donkey doesn't seem freaking interested in the slightest. I'm gonna move all my dwarfs over here. I kind of do. I don't know. Minecart shotguns are a little cheesy, IMO. That's one of those examples of using mechanics in Dwarf Fortress very far away from the way that they were intended to. Sure, but you don't launch logs out of ballistas. Really. You launch giant rods. I guess kind of, actually. They're made of wood, but they're logs tipped with stuff. Now, dwarves, please don't dive into the water. That would be stupid. I think this donkey's scared of us, chat. Yeah, it's like running away. Where are you going, you gosh darn donkey? Trying to go mate with a dragon or something. No, there's no explosives or dynamite or anything. Such a pleasant place you've carved out here for yourselves. The Baroness, Dr. Beefcake. I don't know who I'm talking to. Probably the... Yeah, that's probably Pobe the diplomat that we're talking to now. Odd. Oh, come on. Oh, god damn it. I'm getting about tired of this stupid ass donkey. The dwarves are fighting again. There's also no need for the dwarves to poop or urinate. And that's for a very simple reason. It's because Toady knows for fact that if he ever added waste of that sort, we would immediately weaponize it. And he doesn't like the idea of us pooping on the baddies or making moats of poop. So that's why dwarves don't poop. Or they do, but like, it's, you know. Also, I'm kind of glad because I wouldn't want to have to manage dwarven waste. That would be annoying. This ass underwater. Man, come on, dwarves. Yeah, exactly. They're discreet creatures. I like to imagine that they bury it in the ground like cats. Go dig a little hole somewhere and then just shit under the concrete. Yes, hobo, and I don't want to. Although technically I've already done that. You can make clay pipes, and you can also make iron pipes. And... All right, let's send the dwarves over here. The world is same as ever. Jesus, this is taking us forever to talk with this bloody diplomat. Yeah, pipe sections everywhere. I don't even think can you like attach pipe sections like that even? I don't think you can. There we go. Okay, so we're in combat now. The dwarves are fighting with the ass. It flew into the air. I see a dwarf on the ground. We're still following the Forgotten Beast. It's underneath the dwarf right here. Unpause. So, okay, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to change the goal of the dwarves to kill the Forgotten Beast instead of to go station. So they don't try and just walk past it, which they might. I don't think they will, but they might. Dwarves all pile on. It is jumping still. It's got a shell. All right. We are getting hits in. The Forgotten Beast. The Spearmaster stabs the Forgotten Beast in the lower body with his named spear, tearing the muscle and fracturing the lower spine's bone. And a tendon in the spine has been torn. Okay, it's down. They're piling onto it. I'm not seeing any... Okay, it's dead. I'm not seeing any more Forgotten Beast dust. Hopefully my dwarves are all okay. Let's see. Do we have any general injuries? Vengeful? No. Not so far. Who got the kill? Spearmaster! The Spearmaster stabs the Forgotten Beast in the lower body with his spear, and then in the leg... The thing has been torn. Let's see. Who do we think got the killing blow? A Hammer Lord bashes the Forgotten Beast in the head with Ked Fakod, bruising the muscle and jamming the skull through the brain and tearing the brain. Is how we killed it. Me, Oni. I don't know. I don't want to imagine what that would be like. Let's build a butcher shop next to this thing because I would like to eat donkey meat for dinner. Because that sounds delicious. All my military is hungry and thirsty. They'll cram themselves back inside. It's been an honor, noble Dr. Beefcake. I bid you farewell. Goodbye, diplomat. Also going to need to deal with them ghosts, because there's quite a few ghosts in this fort, actually. I don't like the new view count font on the new version of Twitch. Everything else about it I think's fine. Or the new channel pages. Because I got the new channel pages this morning. I don't know if you guys have them yet, but... I mean, they're not even that new, but... Butcher dead animal. Okay, let's see if somebody comes to butcher that. It's a mutilated corpse. We really shredded it. We genuinely just shredded it. Oh god, we're like almost on alcohol. And nobody's brewing it. I have brewers brewing it. That's good. Oh shit, I'm seeing them cleaning patients. I also need to get rid of those ghosts, so let's do that. Had quite a few dwarves die over the last little bit. Okay, let's hope somebody's coming to butcher a dead animal. Bam, 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 bam. Oh, my butcher is reading. Oh, there you are. Bim's coming to butcher an animal. Let's see. Because I really want to get that creature butchered. So currently, how much meat do we have in the fort? We have 653 meat. Is that my record keeper is throwing a tantrum? No, my tavern keeper is throwing a tantrum. Well, that's not good. I wonder how much meat this thing's gonna have. $653 meat. All right, dwarf. Man, I got a bunch of tantrums happening. It's scary. Still sitting at 653. Frame rate just got bad and my computer just kicked up speed. One of my favorite, like, weird questions about Dwarf Fortress is, how do dwarves fish? Chat, how do dwarves fish? There's no fishing rods in the game. 800. That's not a bad chunk of meat. Let's see what we got from it. Ooh, we got 52 shell from it. We got fat. We got eye. We got nose cartilage. Beast heart. Delicious. Yeah, by dipping their beards in the water. So then how do dwarves without beards fish? That's why they braid their beards? Touche. Oh my god, we finally finished melting all of the objects. Uh-oh. That's not good. I think the game broke, chat. I've got humans that are stuck. Maybe if I... Yeah, there's also no units there to trade with, so maybe I need to deconstruct this. That's not good. By dipping their ball hair in the water, and actually allows for further cost because it's closer to the ground. I'm upset that I just read that sentence, Hobo. Happened to you? Yeah, that's what I'm doing. It sucks, though. Oh, well, yeah, you've been bit. I think I may have too many dwarves constructing rock blocks. Although you can't do that anyway. And you're insane. What you traded for a book? Hopefully it was a good book. Are you okay there, Safe Sloth? There we go. You're gonna go destroy building. The best dwarf I've ever had? I once had one dwarf that single-handedly took on an entire goblin army by himself, won, and then crushed himself under our own drawbridge. But who's the best dwarf I've ever had? Why do you have Shand emotes? Maybe you, Oh, it's a Twitch bits emote. They're bits emotes. Bit emotes, yeah. Also, chat, it is 1:15, which means it's time to go stab myself with pins and needles and figure out how much insulin I need to give myself. So I'm just going to zoom out on this, and there's lots of tantrums happening, so I'm actually just going to leave the game paused. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. If you have sound commands, please do me a huge favor and entertain the chat room with them. And, I don't know. People that deserve subs that have been hanging around. Just saying that. Back in a minute. Although you just made an unintended pun. You said you haven't had a Shan sub in a good bit, but you do have good bits. Which, anyway, I'll be back.
You fucking donkey!
Cheese for everyone!
Chicken attack! Chicken attack!
Let's take a lovely fruit, the tomato. Remove everything that's good from it, the seeds, the vitamins, the nutrients, everything that's good about it, and just jam it full of shit garbage shit sugar and put it in a shit bottle that sounds like shit when you put it on your shit. It's shit! Stop eating ketchup!
Hello. I return. I have dried apple slices. Hello, Toe. How you doing? Yeah, so my blood sugar went from, I don't know what the heck's going on today. I was pretty high earlier today, blood sugar wise. Now I'm like, not low, but definitely dropping. I was starting to shake when I was going up there. It's definitely lunchtime. Man. Whew. Let's watch those humans leave. Sorry, humans. It's unfortunate we couldn't trade, but... Oh. Dwarf cancels store-owned item reason throwing tantrum. But I've given myself insulin. It just means I don't have to give myself as much insulin as I normally do, which is nice. It's actually amazing how much your blood sugar can like affect your moods. Because God, it really does. It's not nearly as exciting as you think, Earth Stars. I've actually only had one necromancer actually raise something in the time that I've had all these glass workers, and I have quite a few of them. I have quite a few necromancers, and I've only had them raise something once, so. Why are you suddenly getting latency? Try refreshing stream, maybe? Nice, I didn't actually lose any military from the deadly dust. I guess it can't have been that bad. I did see a bunch of dwarves getting cleaned, though. Yeah, in the old versions, yeah. Why haven't you updated to the new version? Are you waiting for some, like, third-party tool to update or something? That's weird, Morden. I don't know. Yeah, in the previous version, yes. Is this dwarf like being taken to prison? They have to be. Yeah, you're being taken to prison. In the previous versions, they certainly were a lot more chaotic. I did Necromancer forts in previous versions, and yes, they were a lot more chaotic then. They're a lot more reserved now. Every now and again, that happens to me. It's got to be like some sort of disturbance between the connection to Twitch and you. Nope, you're not being taken to prison. Strange. Although you did just commit crimes that have also been reported, so... You will go to prison. Oh, a dwarf went insane. Who was it, though? The dwarf thresher has gone insane. Who also happens to be a necromancer. Now, this is going to be fun. See what you do. Dwarves are all piling on him. Because he is a necromancer. Nope, he's dead. Didn't actually cause any problems. I was kind of hoping he would get rezzed, but... Nope, he's in too many pieces to be rezzed. Oh, poor thing. Don't go berserk in this fort. Yeah, right? It's not like I'm streaming Call of Duty or something that requires a high, like, good resolution and bitrate. Although I've always kind of been like that. Always just kind of stream stuff that doesn't really matter all that much. Unfortunate that that necromancer went berserk, but this is what you gotta do. All right, let's send out the military again. Dark Goblin Pits. Pits of Librams. The Uncertain Terror. Not at peace with them, but we're also not at war with them, and we don't know who they are, so let's go kill them. Go get them. Or go raid them, rather. How about you just fucked up? Do you know how you fucked up? Oh, you did intentionally, this guy. Yeah, I used to stream that at 480p. I streamed for years at 480p. Because I knew I would never get transcodes. Ever. Also, God, that frame rate is amazingly terrible. It's probably Twitch's end. Twitch's servers are getting slammed right now with all the people deleting everything. Like, Twitch's backend is essentially broken right now. Hello, Brahms. I don't really want to get into it again, but TLDR, people are getting copyright strikes on clips from ages ago. Like, I'm pretty careful now, but like way back when, I wasn't so careful. Used to do song requests and stuff, and I've got clips from back then. Holy crap. Does anybody remember a game called Ancient Cities? A game that I backed on Kickstarter in 2017. 16, even. Apparently they're doing their first closed beta. My God, where did my frame rate go? Basically, hobo. TLDR, music licensing is hard, so I'm just going to start my own record label. I'm not joking. Captain the Guard is fighting with a Necromancer. I think the Necromancer is losing. Actually, no, Captain the Guard is sleeping. Or going to bed. Oh no, he's depressed. Or Rhine. I mean, Creative Commons, yeah. Let's make 50 silver goblets. Or Rhine. Yeah, I mean, just running a small record label. Totally doable. What kind of music, if I can ask Garth? Because if you have friends that run record labels, that could be helpful to me too. In the terms of licensing stuff. Also, actually, like, what the hell happened to my frame rate? My frame rate got real bad And I can't figure out why. Actually, it went bad the second all this stuff got dumped. If I just dump all this stuff. Fuck the monarchy, if you know what I'm saying. Out of just blatant curiosity, do you think they'd be interested in working with streamers? Because I have a habit of buying indie vinyls and records specifically to stream, Garth. Because this is interesting to me. You have a contact? Because I'm interested. Assuming they, you know, they can mute my VODs. I don't give a shit as long as they don't DMC me. But I'm 100% right now looking for music that I can get written permission to play on stream, because I don't know if you've been here during the start of my streams, but that's a record player. And that's the starting of my streams. And right now that portion of my stream is on thin ice. Yeah, do that. We'll talk later. My contact email is also on my Twitter. Yeah, I think that the human traders fucked my frame rate. Like, my frame rate went from, like, great to terrible in a matter of minutes. So I'm not entirely sure what happened. Nope. Any goods to move? Possible? Possible. Like, if I just forbid all the trash that's outside, maybe? Will that help? Helped a little bit. And dump in portions. I mean, I want to get that stuff out of my, like, that pile right there. So, but forbid the outside stuff first and work on the indoor stuff. Did help a little bit, though. Oopsies. Although it might also be someone, like, stuck somewhere. It's possible something is stuck behind something. But if they're stuck somewhere, they might also die. When they die, it'll fix it. So I don't know. Yeah, maybe let's try this. Does that help? Not as much as you'd like. Also need to build a new trade depot. Gotten better. It's still not great, but frame rate's improving. So I don't know what the heck happened. It's probably the humans. And combine that with me sending my entire freaking army to go maul some... Wait, what? Okay. Never mind. That's fine. Every now and again, like, the fact that I have forgotten beasts trapped in my fort, it startles me. Generally, it's fine. Every now and again, it scares me. Okay, there isn't a job getting spam canceled. So that can't be the problem. Oh yeah, I was gonna make not Hobo, Hoogaroo a tomb, because Hoogaroo made a coffin for themselves. They claimed it as an heirloom. Can cancel that for right now. What's everybody doing? A whole lot of storing items in stockpiles. And this dwarf is seemingly doing nothing. Did I cut the stairway in half or something? Like, what did I do? Wondering if it's like a pathing problem. Actually, hold on. Let's try this. Let's turn on the burrow. And then turn off the burrow. Because if someone's stuck there, sometimes I can like free them up. No, that didn't seem to do anything. I don't know. Maybe we have too many animals. Let's eat a bunch of kittens. And puppies. And lambs. And one-humped camels. Actually, no, I don't want to eat the lambs. I'd like to keep those. Oh my god. So many of my dwarves are leaving the map. Good lord. Like, I'm down to 89 dwarves because I've got so many dwarves in the military. It's incredible how many dwarves we have in the military, actually. Amazon just sent me an ad in my email, which was basically, "Oi, your coffee's cheap. It's 50% off." And I'm like, "Oh, hey, excite." And then I click on and realize it's the pre-ground stuff, not the... I'm a little sad about this. They're making a new Alex Kidd game? That's weird. Man, my poor Captain of the Guard has a lot of work to do. Hey, Blurry. How's things? Let's eat those bug bats and a bunch of those beak dogs. A bunch of these cats. Don't eat the sheep. I do not need this many cats. And they're definitely hurting my frame rate. Just shapes and beats day. Things are good. Trying new games. Well, not new, but new for you. Another wearable. Interesting. It has a job. Wearable Weaver Sotu Barulog Ado. That's a long name. Hey, chat, can I get a round of beers? Because these dwarves are going to need some good luck. A very large bull twisted into humanoid form. It's crazed for blood and flesh, and its eyes glow aqua. Its shandy taupe hair is patchy be. You will know why you fear the night. Well, it's pretty far away from the entrance, too. All right, well, let's start getting the dwarves back inside. Uh-oh. There's a dwarf, like, right there. And it's immediately going into combat. Well, it'll be easy to find out if you've been bit. The Spearmaster is dueling with the thing. Hasn't hit it yet. Yep, hasn't hit him yet. Although it appears that our Spearmaster is getting exhausted. Miss, 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 miss. Attacks, misses, attacks, misses, attacks, misses. Charging, jumping away, charging, jumping away. Certainly an exercise in dodging ability from our Spearmaster. And it's dead. The Spearmaster stabs the wearable in the head with his adamantine spear, tearing the muscle and chipping the skull. A tendon in the skull has been torn. The wearable is dead. Congratulations to the Spearmaster. Who, you know, I think because you single-handedly just killed a wearable by yourself, I think this dwarf deserves a nickname. Bullbane. So I remember. Congratulations, dwarf. Carry on. Yeah, no, tomorrow's big day, boy. Tomorrow we have the creator of Dwarf Fortress, Toady one on the stream. So that's going to be exciting. It's going to be very, very exciting. Yeah, the frame rate is terrible right now. And I'm not entirely sure as to why. But it's definitely getting better. I blame it on the fact that I sent my whole military out at once. And they seem to be having a hard time pathing out. God, that frame rate. I don't want to abandon this fort due to frame rate death, though. It seems silly. Yeah, the Mace Lords are the only dwarves I should have left. Oh. Yeah, this has to be why the frame rate's so bad, is because there's like some dwarves that are taking forever to leave. Oh, so that's a lot of gems back there. That's bloody annoying. Should also get all this unforbidden. So we can go back to making blocks. Workshop. Jeweler's shop. I'm gonna put some spot for gems down here. Let's do that. 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 And that. I like having interesting shaped gem stockpiles. I want to say that there's a plugin for that. You mean UMQ, you need more barrels for alcohol. Also, we're making glass bins. Or glass jugs, rather. Or that's what we were making, but... There you go. You happy, B-Lug? We've been making glass pots or jugs or whatever they're called for alcohol for a while. Although hopefully they make them out of... Hopefully they don't make them out of wood. Hopefully they make them out of giant mushrooms. Oh, hey. Did I finally work through all of my leather? I think I did. Bloody hell if I know, Sabata. Bloody hell if I know. Shaken. Harrowed by the nightmare that is his tragic life, shaken reliving seeing an animal convicted of a crime. I can explain. I hit the wrong button. It happens every now and again. Speaking of explaining things, Rhinestone needs to be relieved of his duties. Because Rhinestone is no longer mentally stable enough to continue doing the duties. Yeah, no, there's tons of things that are currently causing tantrum spirals, essentially. This fortress is on a thin line, I'll say that. Right now, it's also frame rate deathing, which is a much bigger concern to me. Oh shit, did the frame rate something fix itself? A little bit. Got better again. Oh. Oh no. So Rhinestone is arresting this dwarf right now, but he's wandering aimlessly. You know, Sabata, we try and avoid politics in this channel. I'm just going to say that. Try to. We fail sometimes, but as a Canadian, it's just not. I think I need more booze. I mean, I have 629. It's too bad the necromancers can't drink. This might be part of the problem. Shit. So what if I convict Rhinestone of a crime? He's already nuts already. Maybe that'll cancel the job. We're going to accuse Rhinestone of stealing an artifact. To find his name first. Or just accuse the creature that lives in the walls of all the crimes. There you are. All right, which means Captain the Guard, in theory, should just go and convict him of the crime. Yeah, that's why Necros get so upset. Necromancers often have problems with moods because they can't drink and they also can't sleep, which means they don't ever get to see nice bedrooms, which means they don't get any positive moods from that. And they also don't get to see, whatchamacallit, or they don't get to drink alcohol and they don't get to eat food, which is like a bunch of possible positive mood buffs that are suddenly just gone, right? Heads up, chat, investments are open. You can invest your tickets now if you like. So it's kind of like a collateral damage of everything bad. And that new offline screen is weird. It's going to take a while for me to get used to it, I think. First, I need you to finish storing your item in stockpile. I'm trying to do everything in my power to fix the frame rate. The thing was, like, nothing changed to make my frame rate suddenly get bad. My frame rate just suddenly got bad. There's got to be like a cat or something stuck somewhere underground or something. Or like a dwarf stuck in a tree. There's got to be something weird going on like that. Because out of nowhere, the frame rate just got terrible. Maybe not quite out of nowhere, but all of a sudden the frame rate just got terrible. 25 hours until Tarn Adams is on this stream. Just a reminder. Should have done 52. Keep it even numbers. Oh well. There you go. Okay, so now you're going to go chain up Rhinestone, who's currently leading someone else around. So let's see if this helps. Because this is my current thing that I'm blaming for the frame rate. Is Rhinestone leading somebody else around. So we're going to send Rhinestone to go do it. Yep, he's still leading that dwarf around. In fact, it's almost like they're dancing. They're up in the bedrooms in that hallway. Rhinestone's the one with the blue blinking exclamation point on him. So what's happening is Rhinestone is trying to arrest him, but he's gone insane. So instead of arresting that dwarf, he's just got that dwarf chained up, and that dwarf is trying to do other jobs while Rhinestone is just chained him up. Do you guys think this is going to fix the frame rate? I really hope it's going to fix the frame rate. Nope. But we did release that dwarf. It's a pity. The jailer lived long enough to become the prisoner. Such a sad tale, friends. Such a sad goddamn tale, let me tell you. If you live long enough, eventually you will become the villain. How much CPU is this game using right now? Not much. We should be doing okay. Also, my Dwarf Tavern Keeper Necromancer seems to be causing me problems again. This isn't... I mean, it's been a Grim Fort for a while. It's only getting grimmer. Not gonna lie, I kinda love it. I kind of love it. Forging silver goblets. I'm trying to think, like, what could be causing... I like how the goblin is meditating on war. Fitting. Okay, you know what? Let's try. Let's do this. Is there anything stuck up above anywhere? Like, is there something stuck in a tree up here? Or cactus? Not that I'm seeing. Looking for like humans or something. There's plenty of blood on top of the cactuses. But I'm not seeing anything that's living. Nope, that doesn't appear to be the problem. Because, like, frame rate was great with almost 200 dwarves in this fort. There's a dead elf. Nope, that didn't do it. Bloody Cactus, by the way, is my new stoner metal band. Wait. Nope, that didn't fix it. Yeah, I don't know. I am kind of at a loss. This kind of sucks, but you know, it kind of is what it is. What am I really gonna do about it? Like, I do have a couple completely insane necromancers. Got a necromancer that's currently getting tended to in the hospital. Yeah, I don't know. Kind of just at a loss right now. Legendary bone carver. We're gonna make you into a gem cutter. Apparently I don't have anybody cutting gems. Called chainsaw fisting? I mean, weird band names like that have existed for a while. Like cattle decapitation. Ingesting vomit. Diarrhea Planet are all bands I've seen live. Oh, I haven't seen them, but Buzzcocks are pretty classic. Same with the Circle Jerks. Classic punk right there. What was I gonna do? Working on the Silver Goblet. You're a Mason Necromancer, which means you're probably nuts. Yep. You know, I do have one other theory. Not quite a game theory, but it is a theory. Could it be this? Right, now I want to do upstairs. No, screw it. Let's just do a little square. Mm-hmm. Or like any of the song titles by Visceral Discord, which is a record that I own. It's like to the point where like I won't even read the titles of some of their songs. That's how weird they are. They got a thing for necrophilia, I'll just put it that way. But if you see the irony and weirdness in that kind of music, it's very entertaining. I personally very much enjoy the stupidity that is that type of music. Because I don't take it even remotely seriously. Kind of for the same reason that I enjoy old school shock rock. You know, Alice Cooper is kind of tame by modern standards, but I do enjoy me some shock rock. Now here's the real question, Goldpoke. Did Chainsaw Fisting, the band, bring a chainsaw on stage? Or was that just the band name? Because if they used a chainsaw as part of their music, that would be pretty badass. Like, I'm just thinking like gas heavy brrrr sounds. So I don't like to talk about politics very often on stream. But NASCAR just posted a tweet, like the official NASCAR account, basically condemning the use of the Confederate flag at NASCAR events. I'm angry that they actually have to post that. Nope, that wasn't the problem. God damn it. Like, I'm so angry that they actually have to post that. Like, genuinely, that disturbs me. So what's this? One-humped camel. I have no idea why I have a one-humped camel in my fort, but I guess I do. All right. I really don't want to have to retire this fort. Chat. But I don't know why the frame rate is so bad. They played black metal, black/trash metal. You mean thrash metal or? Okay, no room for chainsaw. Yeah. I don't know. They should have like brought inflatable chainsaws or something. Chat, what do we think? Should we retire this fort? Because this frame rate is horrendous. And start something else up in this world. Because I'm looking at this map. There's some neat stuff going on over here with all this good biome. And these mountains. There's still 500,000 bees? What do you mean? Trash? Okay, gotcha. No. I know what you mean. I was just not... Some people confuse the two, so I just figured I'd clarify. New fort would be nice. Yeah. Because this frame rate is bad. What? Ask Toady what the problem is? I'm sure he would not know at all. Just like when people are like, hey, Blind, why is X thing not working? I don't know. I mean, it's got to just put a fork in this fort. Okay. You know, this fortress was originally set out to be a warmonger fortress. That was what this fort was originally. I don't like unretiring because I don't like cleaning up the mess. If I'm going to retire it, I'm going to retire it. I don't mind claiming abandoned forts that the AI made, but unretiring forts is just... Oh, we've got ourselves a Fey mood. It's going to take forever, and immediately claims a Mason's Workshop, which is right where he was sitting. Okay. So, this fort was originally supposed to be a Warmonger fort. You know, that was the original goal for it. Fangshimmers was a Warmonger's fort. We were going to attack goblins and try and fend back the hordes of the undead. Unfortunately, Fangshimmers kind of became the thing that it set out to destroy. We became a Necromancer Tower. Quite literally, we are now a Necromancer Tower, and a damn well defended one, too. Covered with catapults and filled with Necromancers. It is kind of fitting, yeah? They became the thing which they set out to destroy. I don't think that would be particularly entertaining, personally, Bamboozler. And because I honestly, I don't think there's much he could do, really. Unless I sent him the save file. But even then, like... You know, there's lots of things that can cause frame rate to go. I don't really see the point. It is kind of poetic irony. Yeah, also I'll be honest with you guys, I was kind of running out of ideas of what to do with this fort. Oh, Vinsati has been found dead, the dwarf doctor necromancer. The captain of the guard killed him. Live long enough to become your enemy. So as this dwarf creates the final artifact that we will see in this fort, we retire it. For the time being. Goodbye, Fangshimmers.